Alright guys, welcome back into another NBA DFS video. Actually, this is going to be the first one of the year that we've done in this season, so it's going to be a pretty good one. Just a little quick recap of my season thus far. I've been picking my spots pretty well, only playing the sites where I thought I could gain an edge. So last night, or 2 nights ago, had a pretty solid finish. Check that out. I posted it on the Twitter page. And then also I posted the lineup that we had earlier in the year that had a 10th overall finish. Now that was in a single entry GPP, so it only won like $45, but still, that's kind of what I've been talking about. I've been playing a lot of single entry slates and just playing the slates that I thought we could gain an edge in. Now that I'm going to be doing a little bit more frequently due to the PGA DFS season being a lull, there's about a month off for PGA. So now I'll be doing a little bit more NBA DFS content for you guys, along with a little bit more focus in NFL as well to close out the season. So typically I do not like to play a slate this big, a 14-game slate, just because there's a lot of late breaking news that would impact the slate. And this would, for me, the bigger the slate, the more likely I am to play on FanDuel because they don't have that late swap. And I'm not a guy that's going to be on my phone, from 6 until 10 p.m. trying to figure out, late swap news. So the bigger the slate, the more likely I am to play on FanDuel, but I also do love the DraftKings as well. So I'll be using DraftKings as the template, though, for this slate. So let's check it out and let's get into the slate. All right, guys, so getting to the slate, we'll start off with the point guards here. And I'm not going to touch on all the plays, and I'm not really going to touch on those high-tier plays, the guys that are priced up. You guys know if you can, you should pay up for the superstars. Typical strategy is to do studs and dudge. I'm going to be talking about the players in the midsection to fill out the rest of your builds. So Spencer Dinwiddie is a play that I really like. Anytime we can get a player that's going to score over 40 DK points at under 8K, or a high likelihood of scoring over 40 DK points at that price point, I love it. I'm just going to lock him in there because I do think he'll score around 40 DK points at under 8K. So that's a price I really like. Ben Simmons, I will point out, is pretty cheap for a guy that could easily go for 50 DK points. Definitely a GPP play. Malcolm Brogdon is a nice cash and GPP play. We know earlier on in the year he was just dominating. I don't know if we really have to worry about the minutes too much, but at his price point, 6.8K, for a guy that's more than likely going to go for 35 DK points, I really do like that play as well. Graham here, I will point out, he's more of a GPP play. We know he can go off, but what I like is, what he did against Detroit the last time they played. He had over 40 DK points in that matchup, so he's not going to be a bad play. Definitely a GPP only play, though, for you. All right, let's move down a little bit lower here. Trying to figure out the rest of this build. So I will mention Markelle Fultz. He has been doing a little bit better recently. I'm not sure I want that. I think I'd rather go with Ricky Rubio, who should see around 25 minutes. We're not entirely sure what he's going to see. If he does have a minutes cap, that might worry us a little bit. But for now, I do like to play. Obviously, he's going to be a solid 30 DK points if he does get those minutes. And then going against Washington, dude, that's a pretty soft matchup. So I do like Ricky Rubio at that price point as well. And there is one other GPP point guard that I like quite a bit as well, and that's going to be Rajon Rondo, who more of the same for what I said about Rubio. He is one that we really do have to worry about the minutes. We're not sure entirely what those are going to be, but if they're going to be, around 25 or 26 like they have been the last 2 games, I think we can project Rondo there to score over 25 DK points. All right, so moving on to shooting guards here. Sorry, I'm sipping on that pre-workout, about to get one in. So we'll throw Malcolm Brogdon in there to that shooting guard spot because I do like his price point. We'll go back to this. Actually, there's a lot of point guard and shooting guard overlap, so I think I'll just move on to small forward here. So Jonathan Isaac, I do like this play a lot. Going to be a great GPP play. Obviously, without Aaron Gordon and Nikola Vucevic, he has seen an increased role. We don't have to think too hard to imagine him scoring 50 DK points tonight. So obviously that's not likely, but it could happen. DeMar DeRozan has been a great play, especially recently. Been safe and consistent, which is, me as a defense player, that's the main thing that I look for. Obviously, he went off in the last matchup against the Timberwolves as well, over 40 DK points. So, we're locking in another 40 DK points at under 8K. So I do like that play quite a bit. Maybe he only scores like 38 DK points, which that's not too bad as well. Jabari Parker does have that revenge game narrative going against the Bucks. He could go off. Taurean Prince is the play that I like as well. 3 out of the last 4 slates, he's won over 30 DK points. We do have, Kyrie Irving, he's not projected to play, and that's kind of why he's seen the increased usage there. So Taurean Prince is going to make for a great GPP play. All right, there's not that much that I like here so far in the small forward spot. I do think a lot of value is going to open up. Let's go a little bit lower here. JaMychal Green, for now, is going to be a decent value play. He might be a great one as well if PG or if Kawhi Leonard decide to sit. He has been getting the minutes. He has been getting around, 19 DK points. And typically for a value play, I just look for if a guy can get 20 DK points or not. So that's not a bad play. All right, moving on to power forward here. We do have to wait on the Kevin Love news because if Kevin Love is out, Larry Nance is going to be a great play once again. He could easily go for 40 DK points at that price point, especially going against the Orlando Magic, who are banged up at the center spot. If Vucevic was in there, I'd be a little bit worried, but I'm not too worried about that matchup now. So while I was making this, Daniel Theis here, he is actually looks like he's going to play. So maybe, if you're thinking about Robert Williams or maybe Enes Kanter, I don't think we can go that route anymore. Those guys should all kind of split the minutes there. Then going lower, there's not that much that I love so far, like I said, value-wise. But Cheick Diallo, he was actually in my first winning GPP lineup about 3 years ago. It was great. It was like at the end of the season. Anyways, anytime this guy is showing me a little bit of value, I typically like to play him. That's because he's a point per minute player. We saw that last game where he saw over 30 minutes. That's because Phoenix they decided to go a little bit smaller in the lineup, which they could easily do tonight. Even if he only gets 20 minutes, he should easily get over 20 DK points. Then moving on to center, we're still waiting on quite a bit of news here. You could easily play Anthony Davis in that revenge game narrative. I think there's going to be a lot of people targeting that game due to a lot of revenge game narratives that are going on there. Heck, Rondo. Mentioned that player already. He's got a little bit of revenge game narrative as well. All right, so Steven Adams, been pretty consistent. 3 of the last 4 games have been over 30 DK points as price point. I do like that. Not too worried about the matchup with Whiteside. So he should be a decent play. Then should mention, DeAndre Jordan, if he's going to be ruled out again, I think we just got to go ahead and lock in Jarrett Allen. I did that, 2 nights ago. That's why I had a pretty nice night. So I'm going to go ahead and do that again if Jordan is ruled out. That's what sucks about making these videos a little bit earlier. Don't have all the value news or, injury news just yet. All right, that's all I have for you guys for this NBA DFS video. If you liked it, or if you want me to change the content preference a little bit, let me know what you guys think. I think I will just be posting the player pool and going on from there, telling you guys the core plays and my favorite plays for that slate. I will be posting the lineup, kind of more of a sample build on the Patreon page. That'll be available to anyone that has a membership, so a PGA DFS membership or an NFL DFS membership. And then starting like January 1st, I will be trying to do NBA DFS for the rest of the year as well, and I will be having a separate membership for that. So for now, you can try it out. I would just sign up for that PGA DFS membership. That's $5 a month. Then we'll go on from there and see kind of what I'm thinking. It'll probably be $10 a month starting January 1st.